All right, so in this video, this is going to be a little addition to the drawing units video. Decimal is pretty easy and self-explanatory. Basically, everything is in inches. So whatever number you type, that's how many inches you're going to get. Architectural is going to be a little bit different. So I've set this little example out in terms of what needed to be typed. And I want to make sure that down below, make sure I get that little drop-down arrow. I switch to architectural. And if you just want to double check the precision, we're going to type the word units and hit enter. And that's going to bring up my drawing units box. And I am at a precision of 1/16 of an inch. So that's fine with me. So make sure you have the same precision. Just drop down and choose 1/16 and then hit OK. So with architectural units, by default, AutoCAD recognizes any numerical value as inches automatically. So in other words, 5 inches, all you have to do is type the number 5 and it makes that line or whatever it is that you're drawing 5 inches. Similarly, if you add the inch symbol, so 5 inches and you're drawing 5 inches, you type literally 5 inches, it will draw the same thing. So the inch mark is not necessary. So just type the number and it'll default to inches. If you're drawing, feet, then you can do something similar. So in other words, 2 feet is equivalent to 24 inches. So I would just type the number 24 and it would give me this particular line here. If you wanted to not do inches and just type in 2 feet, then you must type in the apostrophe. So number 2 and then the apostrophe would be typed. You would hit enter and it would create a 2-foot line or a 24-inch line, depending on what you wanted. As we move into the fractional units, so 3/4 of an inch, you would literally type 3/4, enter, and you would get a 3/4 inch line. When we start mixing whole numbers and fractional numbers, then for instance, 5 1/4 inches, you would have to type 5 dash or hyphen or minus, whatever you want to call it, then 1/4. There are no spaces. All right, that's the key thing to remember here. There are no spaces. So 5-1/4, that would give you a 5 1/4 inch line. Once we move in past 1 foot, then we have to start mixing using the apostrophe. So if we wanted a dimension of 1 foot 7 inches, then what we would type is 1'7, and that would give us a 1 foot 7 inch line. Going even further, starting putting fractions in with that whole combination of numbers, 1 foot 7 3/4 inches, right? We would recognize that and we would write that, normally outside of AutoCAD with a space. However, in AutoCAD, we would type 1'7-3/4. All right, so basically using the word and, 1 foot 7 3/4 inches, that and gets supplemented by a minus sign or hyphen or a dash, whatever you would like to call it. If you are accidentally in decimal, so I'm going to change my units to decimal really quick. And I'm going to try to draw a line using the line tool. And I try drawing a line, and I say that my line is going to be 1 foot 3 inches. So I'm going to type 1'3, right, for 3 inches, and I hit enter. What it's going to do is it's going to give me a little error, and the text field is going to be surrounded by a red box or a red line around the box, telling me that it is not a valid input. And so once I see that, I need to go down to the bottom right-hand corner or check my units to make sure that I'm using the appropriate drawing units. So this 1 foot 3 inches is pretty easy enough to decipher in all inches, right? So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, and I've got 3 inches left over, so 12 plus 3 is 15. So if I'm in decimal units, this would be equivalent to 15 inches. So I would type in 15, and I'd hit enter, and I'd have a 1 foot 3 inch line. So this is just something that if you're going to be doing architectural units, make sure you understand that inches by default do not need the inch symbol. and how you can accommodate for fractional inches and then feet and fractional inches. That's architectural units.